Hey everybody, welcome to our VeVe quarterly update. This is our business update in March right here of 2025. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have some of the best. We have an all-star cast right here for today. We have our co-CEO and co-founder, David Yu, is joining us today. Hello, David. How you doing?
Hey, everybody. I'm doing well, thanks.
We also have our co-founder and COO, Dan Crothers, joining us today. How you doing, Dan?
Hey, everyone. Good to see you again.
And of course, we have our co-CEO, Mr. Ben Rose, joining us as well. How you doing, Ben?
I am awesome. Thanks for having us.
So we're going to take it off right here with David Yu. David, it's been a little while since our September update. Let's start off with you with some opening thoughts, just to take us through where we're at right now and where we're going.
Hello, everyone. I just want to take this moment to personally thank our incredible community, our licensors, our partners, and the VeVe team for your unwavering support. Your passion and dedication continue to drive us forward, and we are grateful to be on this journey with you. Over the past months, we have hit some key milestones, expanding our offerings and build even greater momentum, and none of them will be possible without you. We also recognize that we are facing some economic challenges, but we have also saw some positive signs from the US regulators in the digital asset space that we're in. And we are keeping our eye out on the development as we navigate through the path ahead.
Thank you so much, David. Let's go to Ben Rose right now for our quarterly update. Talk about where we are right now, where we're headed, and some highlights from Q1. Ben, why don't you take us off?
Yeah, look, no worries. I'll go into a bit more detail later, but we come into 2025 with, really strong momentum across our platform performance and also our user engagement. And we've seen some really interesting new artists and new IPs dropping, and actually recently had the highest turnout so far on independent artist drops. So we're getting a real sense as we come into 2025 that creator diversity and curation. We've had a number of different launches and announcements that we've made over the past quarter. We'll go into a little bit more detail later on, but think about the VeVeVerse launch, the big Marvel Disney comic burn, the launch of the new app, including that kind of ongoing blizzard of enhancements and updates. There's so much to look back on. So if we have a look back at some drops that really stood out over this quarter, you had the Epico drop, Series 1 and 2. That was pretty cool because we were making collectibles, immortalizing some team members and community members as collectibles, and those sold out, which was pretty exciting. So that was a bit of fun. Also, a couple of other drops we did with an independent Korean artist. Remember the Running Mon drop, which got to 98% sell-through rate, and the Hazard Oddie, which got almost 90%. Those were really interesting as well, and it highlighted for us the power of independent artists growing the diversity of the IPs on the platform. So, of course there were more drops, but the fact that, we were able through, as David said, some fairly challenging economic times to get to, 100% sell-through rates and 90% sell-through rates on some of those drops, that's a real positive, and we're really excited about some of the green shoots that shows. I'm really pleased to say that we've had really good community engagement and sentiment. Overall, our community sentiment is at the highest level it's been for years, up to 90% actually over the last few weeks across a few different platforms, X and Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. So that's been really encouraging for our team, because the team's been working so hard to deliver for the community. So seeing that increased, sentiment, that positive sentiment because of the communication that we've been doing, the work that the team is doing, that was really pleasing to see, and the team was stoked about it.
Thanks so much. Let's get to Dan Crothers and the VeVeVerse launch. Dan, I know you're super excited about this. I've been working a ton with the team. We got some launch highlights you want to talk about, of course, future plans, and the amazing amount of VeVe community engagements off the charts. Amazing. What are your thoughts about this and where we're at?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, Aaron. The VeVeVerse has been Very, very exciting development, especially from my side, a lot of work with myself and the VeVeVerse team to get it to the point where it was. And obviously always a little bit, nerve-wracking launching a new product like this, especially one that's been so anticipated. But, I myself and the team, everyone is extremely positive with the community response so far. Some of we're seeing come out of it, whether it's, amazing architecturally built spaces or the amazing live, community videos that are going out, the tutorials, it's really great to see. And from my perspective, the main thing is that the biggest enjoyment for me is really seeing people enjoying getting in there and getting so creative and offering this whole other area of interaction with the digital collectibles that VeVe has been selling for so many years. So really happy with sort of the initial release and the initial impressions. But the other amazing thing is that we've seen an increase in community sentiment with positivity rising to almost 90%. So it's really great to see that you guys are enjoying this, you're engaging with it. And speaking of early engagement, we are really happy and delighted to see that even with the desktop version, we're seeing thousands of people downloading the VeVeVerse. There are thousands of spaces that have been created. Some might be just a box, other people are building worlds. So it's really amazing to see this content coming out. In terms of the roadmap, where we're moving to, right now, obviously the desktop has been released. We're making continual short-term updates as we get feedback from you guys in the community. In the background, we're continuing to plow ahead with the mobile version. And on both of those apps, we are going to be looking at these sort of short-term improvements. And then we're also focusing on our longer-term goals and expansion plans around the VeVeVerse. So I look forward to announcing some more of those sort of features and utility as we move further into 2025. And just lastly, from my side, I do want to say a massive thank you to all of the beta testers and all of the early adopters out there who have, come in and given us feedback and just shown us how amazing this platform can be. But, for those people who were there in the early days, giving us feedback, really big thank you from my side. And let's keep that user-generated content coming. I love to wake up in the morning and see what crazy new structures have been built overnight.
Let's move on to Ben Rose right here. Let's talk about company growth, activities, what we have actually done. Ben, if you could go through where we're at right now in terms of the company growth, that would be great.
So a bit of an update on our business strategy and general direction. So the team has been working super hard since our last update to execute our business plan with clear focus and priorities. We've done a load of work internally on things like team capability, team structure, roles, responsibilities, and making sure that we have VeVe set up for success. We've been putting in place some foundational capabilities which will enable us to scale and to deliver. And you're starting to see the benefits of that right now. Since our last business update, a lot of that work has enabled the team to deliver some amazing progress. And here are a few updates. The most important thing, community. So now we have an open, regular, and transparent ongoing dialogue with our community across multiple different channels to make us more accessible and open than ever. We also have a comprehensive and evolving program of activity across the community, nurturing and celebrating them online as we work ever more closely with community content creators as well as in real life with our expanded events schedule. Our new web and app platform is live and has undergone an impressive list of upgrades to the point where, while it's never finished, we've now got a platform that we can all be proud of that enables us to continually release new experiences and enhancements. Drops. We've had some amazing collectible drops, including FAs and the launch and evolution of the evolvable drop model. What about comics? We'll talk a little bit more about this later, but the VeVe Comics offering has just continued to grow and mature, and we've got no plans to slow down. The VeVeVerse. Dan's already covered this, but it's impossible to overstate the importance of this to us and to digital collecting. Spreading the word. We've seen some really good progress on the PR and comms work, with VeVe starting to secure coverage both in our traditional markets and elsewhere, and that's only set to grow. User growth. We've been doing a lot of foundational work to build a key element of how we're going to grow the user base and onboard new users into VeVe, the affiliate program. This is going to help us reward our most passionate advocates, boost reach, and provide content creators, fandom communities, and publishers with an opportunity to earn real rewards when they refer new users to VeVe. I'm proud to say that we're going to be honouring our commitment of a Q1 launch with updates to come over the next few days.
Let's go back to David. David, we've done so much as a company in 2025 already. In quarter one, it's been absolutely amazing, and the feedback's coming in from our community. Can you take us through a focus for the remainder of 2025 and also touch on some of the long-term visions that you have for the company?
Thanks, Aaron. As we look ahead of the rest of the 2025, our focus will remain the same. And basically that is continue to surprise our community. And you guys are incredible. And while we're pushing the boundary in our digital collecting experience, we are also committing to expanding the space with exciting new IPs, as we do every year. Innovation in our digital program, the fresh experience that we're going to be bringing collectors even closer to the brands that they love. There's just so much looking forward to it. And part of that, we just cannot wait to connect with many of you in events around the world. This year, we're coming back to Europe, so looking forward to see you guys all in our stop that we have announced. For the longer term version has always been very clear to be the place where the collectors, the world collects. We are committed to shaping the future in the industry that we are, continue to innovate, expand our product offering, and creating that seamlessly engaging experience with collectors worldwide. Our mission is always been bridging that digital and physical, bringing fandoms in ways that you've never seen before. As we grow with you, we remain dedicated to be delivering a beautiful platform that we have, and hopefully that it will unite collectors all around the world in the pop culture and really redefining what digital collecting experience is like. But at VeVe, our long-term vision has always been very clear. We want to create a place where the world comes and collects, and we are committing and shaping the future of the landscape in digital collecting. And we understand that we need user growth, and that is part of our long-term plan to come up with ways and initiate and execute how we can grow this community. As we grow as a company, we remain dedicated to delivering a platform that stands for the test of time in a way, hopefully one that will unite collectors all around the world to celebrate pop culture and redefine what it really means to be a VeVe collector.
Well, we are at our almost 1 year anniversary of VeVe Comics. It's absolutely amazing. Ben, take us through that with the 1 year anniversary recap, what that means to the company, maybe some of the future roadmap as well. It's been an incredible journey so far, and I know we're just getting started.
Isn't it amazing? It's been a year, right, since we launched back at South by Southwest. We launched with Marvel. We knew there was an exciting opportunity for VeVe Comics to become the world's #1 digital comic platform and community. And, wow, look where we are today. We've continued to add, some amazing new comic publishers who have joined Marvel: Dynamite, Ablaze, Humanoids, and we've got more and more to come. I think it's really important to celebrate where we are, look to the future, but also take this opportunity to look back and remember why we did it. So David and Dan, you guys were there at Austin. How did it feel when you were launching a year ago, VeVe Comics, and how does it feel looking back at, how it's developed?
It's, it's crazy to think that it's been a year, like almost a year already. Like I remember sitting up there on the stage, with some really famous people in the comic industry, and Marvel launching and announcing the new platform. So yeah, always just amazing to see, how these things go from that point of inception to here we are now, how much has changed, how much has grown. So overall, really, really excited. And obviously, tipping our hats to David, the man who's bringing these comic publishers on board.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, it's been incredible 1 year journey and celebrating it. Over the year, we have taken so much feedback, learning experience, how digital reading works versus what a physical reader will like. So we continue to improve, and there's a lot of new ways we're going to introduce how comic reading experience will be delivered to our fans worldwide. We envision the comic app ultimately will be one of the most competitive global reading app out there. We see the benchmark is very high, so we continue to thrive ourselves and improve. But getting all those content on board is definitely part of our 1 year journey now, understanding where we need to be and onboarding them. And there's a lot of new cool features that's coming out, and such as the Comic Curator program that we are hoping to launch soon, and we will give you some update on that.
Why don't we just talk about the Comic Curator program? So, we've seen a lot of change in the comics industry recently. Why is the Comic Curator a big deal?
It's important to recognize artists and talents. In the history of comic collecting, it's all started from someone's original idea, their story, their artwork. And what we have seen in the last 18 months or 2 years, a lot of these artists that doing work for large publishers have come out and doing their own work, drawing their own story, creating their own vision of superhero to be bringing out and their storyline from different categories, from comedy, from superhero to horror and thriller and so on. The Curator program is really about how we can improve onboarding these talents onto VeVe. So the Curator program is designed that ideally our envision is that eventually will be all self-serving. And we see a large part of that coming from community who support artists in Kickstarter, GoFundMe type of program. And we want to encourage those onto VeVe. And we'll continue to deliver these. And it is a very important part that we celebrate all artists out there, whether you're small or big, that you are all welcome onto VeVe Comics.
So Aaron, I think it's pretty safe to say we're a year in, but we're just getting started. So much more to come.
Yes, indeed, Ben. That is for sure. We look forward to all that is in store coming up. Well, this is almost coming to a close of our, business update for this one right here. We're going to end with some closing remarks right here, and we're going to go right back to Ben right here with your thoughts about where we're at.
Yeah, so I want to say a massive thank you to the community. We said at our last update in September, judge us by our execution and our delivery. I'm really proud of everybody in the VeVe team who has really hauled us to deliver a lot of stuff over the last quarter, and I'm also delighted to say there's so much more to come. So yeah, thanks to you all for your support and your trust and your commitment, and here's to really exciting times at VeVe.
Yeah, absolutely. To reflect what Ben said, thank you so much to everyone in the community for your support, putting up with me for the slight delay on the VeVeVerse, but I really hope that, you can see the beginning of it. And also big thanks to our team as well. Like as Ben mentioned, everyone really has hauled, and I hope you guys have seen some of the work that's been coming out. So really looking forward to an exciting 2025. NFTs are starting to gain traction again. Digital collectibles are starting to become more in the news. So very, very bullish on the future ahead.
And as we continue this incredible journey together, everybody, your passion, your feedback, and encouragement really drive us to pursue and push our boundaries. So I encourage you to keep sharing your thoughts with us. And we're here to listen, and we're here to evolve to make VeVe the best we can. Our commitment to innovate, transparency, and delivering on our vision remains stronger than ever. And we're excited and look forward to build this future of collecting with you all. So thank you again.
And thanks to everybody for joining us today. Remember to, like David just said, to provide lots of feedback to us. You can go to the web app, as always, down in the bottom right corner. Hit that feedback tab. Let us know what you think about any of the features that we have, any of the drops, the VeVeVerse specifically as well. And in the comment section down below this video, let us know what you think as well. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you in the next business update. And as always, happy collecting.